Okay, so I'm gonna talk freely because I can. Like this is my channel and shit, so I can do whatever. Hold on, let me get some water. I got this water, but it's not cold no more. Y'all don't know how hot it is in my house. I'm trying to save money and shit. Hold on, I'll be right back. Entertain yourselves. Don't click off the video, fake ass niggas. Don't click off the video. Yeah, I don't even know what this shit is gonna be called. I don't even know what this was gonna be called. I shouldn't curse that much, right? Because YouTube doesn't like when you curse in the first minute of your video, right? That's the thing. I don't even be knowing. Like, hold on, I'm kind of embarrassed by like the background a little bit, right? It's back there. Yeah, sure. It's a hat and shit. Yeah, okay, cool. Anyways, yeah, but I heard YouTube doesn't like when you curse in the first minute of the video because it won't like promote it as much if there's like profanity or whatever. I don't know. Oh shit. I'm on Twitch and one of these streamers decided to pop up after being gone for like a year that I follow. So I'm gonna watch that right after this video. But here's the thing. Everybody is making this all kind of seem like we're not living what we're living. Listen, y'all. We live in a place, we live in a country. This is my Americans, okay? Maybe my British folk and everybody across the pond, everybody in Europe. Maybe you guys can relate to this as well. I don't fucking know. I'm American. You know how we work. We only think about ourselves. Okay, cool. Now that we got our base and we locked in, here's the thing. I don't want y'all to think for a second it's you. That's my thing. Like, it's not you. Okay? You didn't do this. You didn't cause this. You didn't make this. You know how they're like, oh, take accountability, take responsibility. Our government doesn't take any responsibility for shit. 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 So don't buy into this idea, especially young men. Like, look, I'm 26, right? When I was 23, I told myself, like 2022, I kind of told myself without saying it out loud, I'm not going to think about the future. Like, I'm going to think about the future in terms of like, I want my goals to kind of, come to fruition. I want my dreams to come alive. But the everyday monotony of life, I was not going to interrupt in 2022 or 23 to really affect what's happening in 25, right? Now, the reason I'm mentioning this is because I feel like a lot of us between the ages of 18 and 30 right now are in an awkward spot. We're not able to kind of do what our siblings did, our older siblings or our aunts, our cousins, our mom and dad, whatever. It's a different time, it's a different generation. And right now they're kind of I think the system is basically fixing itself. And I don't necessarily mean fixing for a solution. I mean fixing to go back to normal. So our normalcy ended in 2019. I know that for a fact. There's nothing you can do on this planet Earth to tell me that normalcy for us as human beings did not end in 2020. Okay? 2019 was the last year we were able to kind of operate with this level of like, oh, I'm a human, you're a human. We expect human things from each other. People have gotten so nasty, like so much more rotten, so much more delusional, so much more desensitized. And people think even the funniness, like the thing about like comedy and like humor nowadays is like we're just making ourselves laugh to not think. That's just it. We're just making ourselves laugh so we don't have to think about anything. Like we don't want to think about nothing. Like you tell a nigga like, hey, look, do you know all the conflicts that are happening in the world? And they'd be like, yeah, I know about like Israel and Palestine, and I know about like uh uh Ukraine and Russia, and then they'll end it. Do you guys know what the fuck is happening in Myanmar? Like look up Myanmar. Like look up Myanmar. Just look up the civil war that's erupted and has been happening since like 2015, like a decade long in Myanmar. There's no prayers for Myanmar. There's no like, oh my gosh, we need to help the Burmese people. Nobody gives a fuck. You get what I'm saying? And it's not that none of us care, like we don't want to help people. We don't really see how we can help. Every time we get a conflict, every time we get something that's like, oh, we should be caring about it. We do care. We'll speak on it like, hey, hold on. Sliding might be a little better. Yeah, we do speak on it like, hey, help if you can and donate to this cause and do this, which is, it's fine. It's just sad because it's like we've lost our autonomy. And I don't know when we really lost it. Maybe it was a while ago, but I really feel like it happened around the time that I'm mentioning because it just wasn't this bleak. I remember being in college in 2019, and I remember sitting down and thinking, like, at 20 years old, like, if I keep working, I'll be fine. I just remember being able to, like, do shit. Like, I didn't make a lot of money, y'all. At 19 or at 20, I was making 8.25 an hour. In Georgia, I was making 8.25. Now, our minimum wage, so for all you California folk, New York folk, whatever, like all you guys that live in fucking $4,000 a month for rent areas, our minimum wage in the state of Georgia is 7.25, and it's been that way for a minute. Heidi Schlemain. Shout out to you if you catch the reference. But yeah, so I've been working, well, in that time period, I was working for 8.25, which was the lowest amount I've ever made at a job, right? But I was in college, so I was working a college on campus job, and they were lowballing the fuck out of me. But I enjoyed it because, like, it just wasn't that stressful. I had worked so many different jobs beforehand, and I realized, like, the key thing about a job is, like, what can you get away with and when can you clock out? The money is like, as long as I'm in this building, I'll be making money. Whether I'm making $1 less than I would be here, or $2 less, or $3 more, or whatever, I'll still be making money. So I didn't really calculate it like that because I didn't have rent. There was no, like, I wanted money to go to concerts and to buy clothes and, like, pay my car insurance and pay my car note. Like, that's why I wanted money, but I didn't need money for anything specifically, right? Yeah, I needed it for my car insurance and my car note. I didn't want my car to get repossessed, but other than that, I didn't have any responsibilities. When you get rent, let me tell you guys, for all you like 19, 18-year olds, when rent becomes a thing in your mind, like when you have to say, okay, first of the month is coming up, let me put this money up here, let me make sure I put this money on this card and do this, whatever. That shit is the most, like, depressing. And adults don't tell you this. Like, nobody tells you, like when you're like 17, nobody tells you, you're gonna hate paying rent. They just kind of make it seem like you'll just get used to it. It's just what you do. Listen to me, y'all. Y'all are gonna hate paying rent. And the reason I say that is because it's like, my nigga, we pay to live on this earth. Like, if I don't pay rent, I'm just homeless. You guys get how drastic that shit is? Like, I live in the richest country in the world, but if I don't pay rent, I will have no home. And it's not like, oh, if I don't pay rent, like, I don't put anything down. I mean, like, let's say, for example, this month I only had $1,200. I think there should be like a rent pool, like at the end of your lease, at the end of your term, right? And this might be fucked up, but I really think we should do it like you sign a 12-year lease. Everything's the same. You pay first month, last month's rent, or first month and last month's rent on your deposit. You move in month one. By month two, let's say you can only pay 900 out of 2 grand, right? That $1,200 should just remain on your balance. Like, okay, you didn't give us the money this month, right? You didn't give us the full amount. $1,200 is not going to go into your balance. If you don't pay this $1,200 by the next year, then you can't renew your lease and you got to look for somewhere else to stay. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, apartment complexes, landlords, they would be hurting because then you're not getting all the money. I get all that, right? But there's got to be like some government subsidy type plan where they can work with landlords and these conglomerates that own these rental properties, especially these apartment complexes, and they're renting these out for, like, y'all, do y'all know, like, some people are paying 2 grand a month, and then every month when they go pay rent, they gotta pay $50 convenience fee. Like, what is convenient about you charging me to have a roof over my head? I'm already paying you 2 grand or 1,500 or 1,700, but then you want $50 on top of that for a convenience fee because I'm paying on a mobile app or I'm paying online or whatever. It's like, what the fuck are we, like, what did we sign up to do, y'all? And you're just like, man, you didn't sign up for this shit. None of us signed up for this shit. That's why it's like, look, if you're on this channel, if you made it this far in the video, I'm not gonna be like, man, that's just life. That's just how life goes. That's how life is. Like, that's what we do. I'm not doing that shit. Y'all niggas are capped. Like, nobody signed up for this. And this isn't like, I didn't ask to be born here. No, 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 no. I pay taxes every year, right? This is so funny. Since I've been working like a grown man job and making like grown man money, whatever the case may be, I realized, like, the amount they take out in taxes, I don't get that shit back on my refund. I just don't see that money again. They take out a lot of money. Like they probably take out maybe, I'm exaggerating, but it feels like they take out about 20, 18% of my check, 17, 15% of my check. I don't know. Y'all are gonna be like, that's cap. I think it's more than that, honestly. They take out a lot of money in taxes from my check. And I could go tax exempt, right? But actually, before I even get there, let's just focus on the real problem. When I get my tax refund, because it's just me, they treat me like a fucking peasant. They're like, take your little $1,000 and walk away. I'll give them $1,000 in like 2 checks. They get 1,000 from me in like 2 checks, I think. I think around that, something like that. They maybe like 3 checks for sure. By the third check, they got 1,000 out of me, and that's just an income tax. Like that's just them taking money out of my tax. I mean, out of my check. And it's so funny because it's like, y'all, I'm not rich, right? Like obviously y'all see, like, okay, he's not rich. You see me, I'm not rich. Like look at my shirt. You get what I'm saying? But the thing of the fact of the matter is, like, I'm a lot better off. I'm a lot more well off than a lot of people I know, especially my age. So it's not even like I can complain, but I also think sometimes like, what am I doing this shit for? Ultimately, like, am I doing it to feel like, oh, I'm doing better than people my age? I don't give a fuck what y'all are doing. No, no disrespect. I love y'all, but I don't really care. Like, I'm not pocket watching. I'm not observing you. You go into your house, I go to my house. We dream two different dreams. We eat two different foods, and we go to sleep at two different times. Okay, that's all I think about. In this sense, it's like it's just so rotten. Like the system is so rotten. It's so broken. It's manufactured to be so unloving. There's no love in this shit. That's the real problem. Like, people are gonna be like, man, that's just how it goes. Like when I was 17, I don't. Let me be the first to tell you I don't give a fuck. Like, let me be the first to tell you I don't care how shit was when you were 17, because it doesn't affect what's happening now unless you have some type of way of adjusting this extreme cost of living that's happening right now. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I don't care about your little story about what you did when you were. I don't like imagine that, right? Like imagine me living $400 a fucking month in rent for a 1 bedroom apartment in fucking Nowheresville, right? And then I work, like imagine this is like 2003 and I'm working a job at like Hollister, and I make enough money to pay the rent. Let's say I make like 12 an hour. I make enough money to pay the rent. I got internet for like $30 a month, and my power bill is like 85 on average. You niggas was living in like dreamland. Like Mojo Jojo created your land, and the Powerpuff Girls in some odd sequencing were there to ruin it. You get what I'm saying? Like that's how backward shit was from my reality versus your reality. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't care. I don't If you guys could feel how much I don't give a fuck about what you were going through at that time, and it's not like a lack of empathy or a lack of like respect. It's just like it doesn't do anything to hear that right now. Do you hear the fact that like we can't? I want to have a kid, y'all. I'm 26. I want to have a child. I want to have a little me, like right here. Like, hey man, come over here, talk to them, yo. You know what I'm saying? Hey, talk to them. You know why you don't see nobody right here? Cause it's too expensive. I can't even have a kid, and niggas is telling me about like back in like 1993. I had this on my. Look at me, y'all. Y'all not even looking out for me and shit. That's weird. Anyways, people are telling me about in 2001 they was able to like work 3 days out the week every week and still have money for like shopping sprees and rent. And like I don't like, bruh, shut the fuck up. How about that? How about we get to the point where we comfortably tell you all suck a dick? You feel what I'm saying? Like, listen to me. And if y'all watch my channel, I'm never this vulgar, but this is a sensitive topic for me. This is very sensitive. I feel like my generation has been shafted. And I do think we're a little lazy. I do think so. I do think that like we're not lazy by definition, but we're lazy by premise. Because the idea is you work for a living, obviously. We've realized no matter how long we work, like for example, for me, right? I want to own a Porsche 911. That's one of my dream like cars, right? I'm not a car guy. If you saw my car outside, you know I'm not a car guy. I don't give a fuck about cars. But I want my father and me to both have Porsches. And by default, I want my woman, my wife, to also have a Porsche. So we can be like 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 I saw some nasty shit when I was in San Diego. Or no, I was back in Georgia. I saw some shit where like This guy, he had like this 1950 something car, and it was red. It was fucking beautiful, and his wife was right in front of him. He was right behind her. They had matching drop top 1950 convertible. Beautiful fucking cars, coupes. Not a coupe. Well, I don't even think they were coupes. Were they coupes? Maybe they were coupes. And I was like, that's the goal. I'm on my way to work, and I'm like, yeah, that is what I love to see. Like, y'all are making me happy because ultimately one day I will be there. Obviously, I'm gonna be there. That's not even a doubt in my mind. Y'all can't tell me shit. I'm gonna be there. But it was just in the moment. It's like I can't do that here. Like where I work now, if I sat here for 20 years, I would never get that. Or if I did get it, you know what it would be like? I'm not really rich, but my credit's good. My credit is fire, and I've got maybe, X amount of money tied up in stocks and my savings before my kid goes to college. And my kid is like 14, my oldest or whatever. And you know what? I'm gonna have a midlife crisis real quick and get me and my wife a Porsche. I could see that happening. That's the only way at this job that would happen. But then you know what would happen? I'd have to work harder than I ever did in my life because I guarantee those payments, like those car payments then is gonna be like astronomical. And it's just not something I'm signing up for. I am planning to take big, big risk this year because scary money don't make money. That's just how it goes. Scary money don't make money. In this type of economy, y'all, you have to have a plan. And I think the one thing I want to leave out on in a 17-minute video, damn, the one thing I want to leave you all with is have a plan. Like legitimately just sit down with yourself and say, fuck what everybody else thinks of me. Fuck what everybody else thinks is achievable. People like, bro, I just saw a video of Aiden Ross showing that Diesel guy, the guy that like does all the I got a lot of land and I just build shit on my land and I build cars and I do weird shit. And while I like his videos though, so there's no disrespect. Whistling Diesel, that's his name. Whistling Diesel. I saw a YouTube short of him asking Aiden Ross how much Aiden made, right? And per month on like Twitch or whatever. And or on Kick. And Aiden showed us a video. He did 16 streams in the month of June and he made 533 grand. And to me, it was just like, at some point, it's going to be a French Revolution. Because people are not just going to keep hearing that. Like right now, the kids are desensitized and the parents don't get to see what the kids are watching. But when enough of us hear that number and we think about the fact that these people are sitting behind a desk streaming, we're going to want the French Revolution this shit. And I'm not advocating for that. I don't think that sounds very like nasty. I'm not advocating for that at all. I'm not saying that that's right or what we should do, but I do think if things continue down this route, people are going to get very angry. And when people get angry, you tell me what they're going to do. That's how I look at it. Shout out to Aiden though. Shout out to Whistling Diesel. Like, don't hate on people because they're up. Okay. It's just, I use them as an example because I know that eventually working class people are going to say, look, I'm not going to keep eating shit for dinner and watching these people eat lobster. Because that's what streaming is turning into right now. Streaming is getting to a weird, very weird place where it's like, do you want to watch your favorite streamers and your favorite, YouTubers or whatever? Like, do you want to watch them just live better lives than you every day? And then you're like, oh my gosh, I support you. You're so, you're my person. I support you. I love you. How much love do you have when you're starving? That's the reality of the situation. Like, how much love do you have when you can't feed yourself? But anyways, we're 19 minutes into this Ramble Fest. I don't even know what I'm titling this video, but I will catch up with you guys next time. I think you should subscribe if you made it this far. You were entertained. Don't lie to me. And yeah, I have no problem entertaining you for free. I have no problem tapping in with you. I do a lot of shit for free, don't I? Like in everyday life, we do a lot of shit for free. So I have no problem entertaining you for free. Anyways, stay tuned, stay close. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.